Welcome to the R workshop presented by the Water Q2 Understanding Water Quality and Quantity in the Limpopo Basin project, sponsored by the U.S. Agency for International Development. The project is a collaboration between Duquesne University, UNIVEN, and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. In this video, we will go over installation and starting up R using RStudio. The links required are provided in the email you received and are linked below. Click on the link for the CRAN site to download R from a nearby server. Select your operating system. In this case, we'll go over Windows first and install R for the first time. Select the most recent stable build, and you can proceed past the warning which will begin the download. Once the file has completed downloading, you can open the file from its installation location. Select your language and agree to the user agreement. Choose your installation directory and please try to avoid any OneDrive installation directory. Install all of the default options, and we recommend that you do keep the install default locations as well. This will install R, which is the language that we will be using, although R is not necessarily the most user-friendly environment to work in. The next program we will install is RStudio, which provides a user-friendly environment to work in R. When the setup is complete, click Finish, and you can safely close the tab for R. Then select the RStudio installation link from the website. Scroll down and you want to download RStudio Desktop Free Edition. It should detect your operating system and provide you a direct link for RStudio. If you need to adjust that, there are additional options at the bottom. Once RStudio has completed downloading, you may run the installation from the download folder. Again, please select a location on your computer that is independent from OneDrive. Once the installation is complete, Click Finish, and you can close the tab or window in your browser. R and RStudio should be ready to run. If you're using a Mac, you will use the same links to go to the R download page on the CRAN website. You will navigate to either the Cloud CRAN mirror, which will automatically select your nearest mirror site, or select it manually. This time you will select Mac OS installation and select the package or .pkg file for the most recent stable release of R. Once the download is complete, you can run the installation from the download folder, agree to the terms of service, and proceed with the installation. Once the installation is complete, you may click Finish, and you should select Move the package to the trash unless you need to keep it for backup purposes. You'll then use the link for RStudio, and again, select the RStudio desktop product. This is a free software that can be downloaded and provides a user-friendly interface. Once again, it should detect your computer operating system, although if it doesn't, you'll see all of the installation options at the bottom. Once the installation is complete, you can run the installation, which is provided as a disk image, from the download folder. Installation on a Mac involves dragging the application into the applications folder. Once the transfer is complete, RStudio should appear in your applications folder or Launchpad. You may need to adjust your security settings to allow both the download and opening of a file downloaded from the internet. Now that you have R and RStudio downloaded on your computer and installed, we will test the installation and install a couple of packages that you will need for the workshop. After you create a directory on your computer called R, you'll want to navigate to the August 2021 R Workshop repository and find the code test.r. The easiest way to copy this from GitHub is to select the code and then click on Raw on the right-hand side. To select the entire code, press Control-A or Command-A if you're using a Mac. Similarly, Control-C or Command-C to copy, then move to RStudio and select a new R script. Paste the copied text by either right-clicking or pressing Control-V or Command-V on a Mac. I have some material in RStudio already, so I'll clean it up before I start selecting Run, going line by line through this test code. Install.packages tidyverse is a collection of packages we'll be using in the workshop. You will need to download and install these. This requires an internet connection, and if it's a fresh installation, which it most likely is for you all, it may take a few minutes. If you encounter any questions, such as, would you like to compile these packages, type the word yes into the console. Once it's complete, you can continue with the library tidyverse command, which loads all of these commands, and then continue down. The final command, called ggplot to create a histogram, will create a histogram of the random variables that were created at the top of the program. You'll see here from the histogram that the variables form quite nearly the normal distribution. If you have any trouble with any of these commands, or if you have an error that we have not discussed yet, please contact the instructor or someone else on the Water Q2 team.